Welcome! This is Solopreneur Success Strategies, where we talk about mindset, your website, your brand, your social media marketing, your customers, how to sell to your customers, how to find your customers, how to talk about the skills and knowledge you need in your business, and free software and tools to help you save time, money, and be more productive, as well as strategy and systems here on Solopreneur Success Strategies. Welcome! Welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies. Today is Get Your Message Out Tuesday, where we talk about your brand, your website, and your social media. And I guess I should introduce yourself. Me, not you. I'm Jane Gardner, and I work with my husband in our structural engineering firm for the last 20 years. And we have pets, and I'm an artist, and we live in Western Canada. I came out onto the internet about 3 years ago, thinking that I could help share my skills as an entrepreneur and with others. So that's what I'm doing here with Solopreneur Success Strategies. I want to share with you some of my thoughts and some of my information and some of my knowledge about being on the internet, as well as being an entrepreneur, whether it's offline or online. So let's go and have a look at what we started with. We started with your brand. We had that for 4 weeks, and now we're on to your website and branding your message with your website. Before I mention that, I'll just mention that Solopreneur Success Strategies is a 7-day-a-week show with Mindset Monday, Get Your Message Out Tuesday, World Domination Wednesday about your customers. Thursday is about the skills and knowledge as a solopreneur. I like to call it Jack or Jill of all trades. Friday is Freebie Fridays, where we talk about free software and tools. Saturday is System Saturdays to help free up time in your business. And Sunday is Strategy Sunday. So we have a well-rounded discussion of topics all week. So you can subscribe to my channel at YouTube, Solopreneur Success Strategies playlist at jgtips.com/YouTube. So let's get started on looking at our brand. And what we're going to do is talk about your website as well. So you can go and look at the current show if you're not there right now at jgtips.com/GYMOT. We looked for 4 weeks and discussed about your brand. And I have a Build Your Own Brand in a Week offer at jgtips.com/brand, where we can identify your unique benefits of your business, how to differentiate you from your competitors, identify your core market, name your product, as well as develop your brand messaging and measure the effectiveness. You can learn the tools you can use for that, as well as reassessing and refining your message, because once you have your messaging, you can attract your ideal customer. So yes, as I mentioned before, I'm Jane Gardner of jane-gardner.com. As well, I have a few other websites. Solopreneursuccessstrategies.com is actually at jane-gardner.com. I also have the businessofAtHomeBusiness.com. It's a membership site where people who want to start their own business can learn some of the information and skills to be an entrepreneur. So we have discussed before that there are a lot of people on the internet. There is 3.4 billion internet users in the world right now, and using your messaging, you should be able to attract your ideal customers once you find out who are your ideal customers by using your messaging. So we have had a 4-week training on you and your brand. And you can go back to my YouTube channel at jgtips.com/YouTube and have a look at those 4 weeks of your brand and how to define your brand. And last week we started on your website, and branding your website and making sure your messaging matches your website as a brand is your promise and your commitment and what you stand for and stand against in your business. It is all about your messaging. It's messaging that is consistent, accepted by your customer, and it has a unique edge to differentiate yourself from your competitors. So we also looked at your brand strategies, as I mentioned, about being consistent in your message, being unique from your competitors, and making sure that your customers are attracted to your messages and they are liking your messages. So we've gone on to now your website messaging. Last week we had a look at a few of the websites out there and some of the messages that they have. We discussed some of the goals for looking at your website. So before you do any design of your website, it's always would be great if you could think about the goal of your website and list them. And then look at who you are and what you want to say about yourself. But more importantly, also think about your visitors and who they are and what they need, and making sure that it's very visible on your website, that they can find the solution to whatever the issue is that they are looking for. So today we're going to have a look at just briefly the homepage and some of the ways a homepage can differ depending on the goal of the website. For example, at the smallbusinessadministration.com website, the homepage is basically there to educate and share knowledge to their visitors, and it's very simple. It expresses expert advice to help you run your small business. And then you go into the website to find whatever you're looking for. As well, they list all the various topics they discuss on the website. So it is very obvious that this website is there to educate and share its knowledge. And then my website, jane-gardner.com, it's a work in progress, as all websites should be a work in progress. And we can discuss that later once we've figured out our branding of the tools that you can use to see if your customer is actually getting the point to your website. Anyway, my goal for my website is to create awareness of what is my business and who I am and what I believe in, and basically put a human face. Well, that's my goal, but in general, that's what you can use as your homepage, is a place where they can find out more about you and your business. But also, it can be a place where you get visitors to opt into your offers or onto your mailing list. There is a new trend now for websites where they put a welcome mat, they call it, where it just covers up your blog when you come there, and you either have to enter your email address to get a free copy of a ebook, or you can say no thanks before you can go to the website. I'll make no comment on that because there are pros and cons to that idea. You can use it to sell your product or service. This is our engineering company's website, and it's very simple and basic, but it lists all the services that we have. Or it can be your website goal might be to provide entry to a membership or to a software tool or to some other service, so that all people do is have a look at your pricing and then make a choice of whether or not they want to become a member. And then it has a login place for you to log in. This is usually a website, of course, where the business has already sold you out on social media on the benefits of their business, or that's already been you've already paid for it, and this is when the actual membership site is. So those are 5 different goals for a website, and you can see they're all different and in the way that they've been set up. So you have to look at your primary goals of your website and your homepage and decide what exactly you want your homepage to be. Whether you want to have a blog, or do you just want to have one simple page that says hello and come and join me. So on your homepage, it's basically your home on the web. That's probably why they call it the homepage. It's the first entrance to your website. And so you have to ask yourself, what is it going to be the function of your homepage? Is it going to be to inform your visitor about your business? Is it going to provide education to your visitor? Is it going to be the entrance into a membership or software site? Or is it going to be a place to stay for them to, when they visit, they come and stay and opt in for free stuff, or they opt in to read your blog? So you have to decide when you're thinking about your homepage, what is the goal for your homepage before you start designing it. So next week, we'll be looking at the About page, your brand, and next week we'll be looking at your brand and your homepage. And so what you can do to reflect back your brand from your homepage, which is usually the first place that most people come. It's the door to your website, you might like to call it. And this is where you need to make sure your messaging is correct for what you want to say. So next week we'll talk about your brand and your homepage. So for the Build Your Own Brand Early Adopter offer, you can go to jgtips.com/brand. You can go to jgtips.com/GYMOT for the show. You can go to jgtips.com/YouTube and go back and have a look at the other shows about your brand. You might find that very useful if you miss them before you start thinking about your website and your messaging out on the social media. So if you would like to contact me, I'm at jane-gardner.com with any questions. I do have, as I mentioned, that Build Your Own Brand Early Adopter offer, and I will be having one on your website and designing your website. Just haven't had a chance to get it up yet. So thank you for listening. I thought I'd make this short and simple so that we can put it all together in a series, and it doesn't take too long for you to listen. So thank you. Thank you for listening. This has been Jane Gardner at Solopreneur Success Strategies. Please go and subscribe at jgtips.com/programs, and also to find out about other programs as well over at jgtips.com/programs. And over there we have a free mindset magazine for you to check out at jgtips.com/mindset offer. So welcome. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you again here tomorrow, as this is a 7-day-a-week show on mindset, your customer, getting your message out on social media and on your website, talking about strategies, talking about business systems, talking about all kinds of things, including the skills that you need as a solopreneur. So please come back and subscribe at jgtips.com/programs. Thank you.